Welcome inside Pechanga Arena, San Diego. It's another MASL Sunday night from America's finest city. The Sockers and Tacoma Stars wrapping up this weekend's action around the country. Alongside Nate Abarea, Craig Elston on hand with you. The San Diego Sockers have won 15 in a row. However, they are in a neck-and-neck dogfight with Florida for that top spot in the league. And with the Tropics having lost 12-4 earlier this afternoon at home to the Baltimore Blast, finally a chance for San Diego, if they can win here tonight, to put a little bit of distance.
Yeah, and I hear that name, Florida, I start thinking about March 31st. Is it the 31st yet? Sockers need to take a deep breath, one game at a time, chance to get a leg up before that big showdown with Florida here on the 31st.
And this is a Sockers team playing as shorthanded as any club we've had so far this year. Melissa May will go through the litany of injuries, illness, whatnot. That's going to mean more time up front for Christian Gutierrez, who really broke out over the East Coast road trip. Sockers are going to need his offense tonight.
They're going to need him, and hopefully this is the night where he breaks out here in San Diego. He seems to love scoring goals on the East Coast this year. Not too many here in the Grand Old Arena. And yeah, the Sockers are so shorthanded, I was even looking for a tryout pregame, banging a few golazos myself.
Didn't make the cut, though,
no,
unfortunately, but he is here. And so is Danny Waltman. Danny Waltman is the rock of the Tacoma Stars, starting his 19th game of the year. And we know when he's right, Tacoma's dangerous.
And this has been, unfortunately for Danny, one of his kind of down years in his career. He's let in a lot more goals than he normally does. And yet somehow, when he plays against the San Diego Sockers, it's vintage Danny Waltman music. So we'll see what it is tonight.
It's Danny Waltman, it's Boris Pardo, it's the Sockers, the Tacoma Stars. We're right back with Melissa's On the Field report and the opening kickoff next on MASL TV.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Navy Band San Diego with our national anthem.
A stirring performance of the national anthem by Navy Band San Diego, the color guard from Naval Base San Diego. on the floor as well, and they will now proceed out as they proceeded in with precision and with grace. Craig Elston, Nate Aurea with you. The San Diego Sockers and Tacoma Stars just moments away from the opening kickoff. We go down to the floor, and as the Navy Band San Diego marches behind her, we welcome in the third member of our broadcast crew, Melissa May.
First off, in honor of the Sockers Military Appreciation Night, I just want to extend and shout out all those who are currently serving or have served in any of our armed forces and are tuning in on MASL TV today. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for all that you do to protect this country that we call home. In terms of this game, there are a few notable soccer players that will not be in the lineup tonight due to that road trip that the team took last weekend. To recap, the Sockers flew out to Baltimore to play the Blast on Saturday night and immediately had to get on the road up north to play Utica FC Sunday afternoon. And during that game, Captain Craig Childs injured his hamstring while scoring a goal, so he's out tonight. Felipe Gonzalez, who has just come back from a left hamstring injury, injured his right hamstring during that same game, so he's also out. And during the fourth quarter, goalkeeper Xavier Snare-Williams and defender Guerrero Pino had a pretty scary collision, which resulted in Pino sustaining a concussion, and he's also out of the lineup tonight. But the Sockers have that next man up mentality, so Brian Farber, Zay Roberto, and Andy Reyes will have to step up for the team tonight. Craig, Nate, back to you.
Thanks, Melissa. That was where it stood before yesterday. The Sockers injury situation, and then Sean Callahan, who was expected to be in tonight's lineup after missing last weekend's games with a hamstring tweak, had that same hamstring pull once again, felt it, so he is out of the lineup. And Cesar Cerda came up sick this morning and is out of the lineup as well. So you're missing two of the top three defenders for the Sockers. Pino, who is usually with Mitchell Cardenas, is the on-ball defender. Now that'll be Cardenas and Juan Manuel Rojo in that role. So a very big change, because normally if Pino's out, Cerda slides right in. You say, okay, no big deal. Mitchell and Cerda, we've still got two of the best. Rojo, good, very good, but he's been more of the off-ball defender this year. He's going to switch to on-ball tonight. But let's talk about the reunion tour down on the floor right now, because you have Zay Roberto, 43 years old, final season, out on the floor. Eddie Velez is making his season debut tonight. El Vaquero, 40 years old, Tijuana's best. He's been battling shoulder and knee problems all year. This is his first game. And pulled out of the fire, Brian Farber, who literally just returned to training this week. He's had 2 days training the last couple months, and they were working on him hard and heavy down there on the training table with Anne-Marie Alf. Happy birthday yesterday, Anne-Marie, with Paul Savage, Corey Lichtman. And we kind of joked as Brian went into the locker room. I said, all the King's horses and all the King's men, huh? He laughed. He's like, pretty much. That's what it took to put Brian Farber back together again.
But he's back. It's good to see Farber. It's really good to see Brian Farber in the San Diego Sockers uniform. And Eddie Velez as well. We've seen Zay a few times already this season as the farewell tour of sorts goes on for Zay, but haven't seen Brian. Definitely haven't seen Eddie Velez. It feels like the band's getting back together tonight. And I like that. No Childs, unfortunately. It would be complete with Childs out there, but I like seeing Farber and Velez back in the lineup. Makes me happy.
The whistle sounds, and we are underway with first quarter action from Pechanga Arena, San Diego, Ron Newman Field. The Sockers and the Tacoma Stars. The Sockers tonight in their military night kits with the digital blueberry camouflage top, the white shorts, the white socks. Off of the frame, an early chance from Pereira that misses by less than a foot. And the Sockers try to dig it out. Leonardo De Oliveira gets shoved by Nick, one of the leading foul creators in the league. And down he goes, and we get our first whistle of the night. Our officials presented by Capelli Sport. Capelli, the official folks, the folks who dress our officials. And they are Kyle Trimble and Kia Depina down on the floor. Brian Elliott's the assistant, and fourth referee in the box is Ramiro Delgado. And thanks to Capelli for outfitting this year's MASL officials.
Outfitting the officials. They don't actually have to dress them.
That is correct.
I wanted to clarify.
I appreciate the clarification.
Very welcome.
Savoy Morgan one of the top goal scorers in the league, tied for 4th. Saw that touch get away from him. 29 goals on the season for Savoy.
And I have to ask, I'm sorry to go back to this. Did you say digital blueberry?
The digital blueberry camouflage.
Digital blueberry camouflage.
Yes, excellent.
Are they performing at Coachella?
Perhaps. 3rd stage on Saturday. However, they are perfect if you are in a blueberry field to be completely camouflaged. However, the Rose Garden camouflage for Boris Pardo in net, the red and black, still trying to figure out all the places where that would be effective camouflage, but it really looks cool. Like when you go down and you see that kid.
It's very noticeable camouflage.
That's what I'm saying, which seems to be the opposite of what camouflage is intended to do.
I love a good oxymoron on a Sunday night.
And you have found your first from this moron over here. 13:20 left in the first quarter. Don't think so? Just ask people who love me and know me well. Brandon Escoto over to Juan Manuel Rojo. And the Sockers matriculate out of the back in the 2nd minute of action here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Sockers are 5-0 against Tacoma this year in the PASL MASL era. The Sockers are 24-4 against the Stars all time, including 12-2 here at home, 12-2 up at ShoWare Center. It's been a dominant run. Savoy tips it. Nice pass to Juan Gonzalez off the wall. Needed to bury that inside the short post. Ooh. And a deflection. And Escoto trying to bring it down. Philip Lund, the Dane, drops. And the foul is called as we see a good look at goal number 1.
Oh, just hooked in the end by Gonzalez. You know, Brandon Escoto has been a few times in his career accused of maybe not passing when he should. So I love that his first pass of the night was a 15-yard sort of caballazo, a little back heel. You know, even if he's going to pass, it's got to be elaborate.
It's got to be pretty. The Escoto show. You know, when you look at tonight and you say, wow, the Sockers are really shorthanded, you still see a lot of talent on the floor. Now, there's Eddie Velez. El Vaquero getting his first touch. He'll be playing the 3rd forward role tonight. Normally manned by Craig Childs.
Get after it out there. Love seeing Eddie back in the lineup.
He's been working to get back in. He's been training the last month.
Real hard. A lot of delays and delays. It can be so agonizing when you're rehabbing an injury the way that he has.
Leo with the block on Adam West. Old school Batman draws a corner kick for the Tacoma Stars. 11:39 left in the first, and there he is, the general manager of OL Reign in the National Women's Soccer League, Nick Pereira. Left-footed shot by Caceres, blocked. Cardenas bought back into the mixer. Leo had an unfortunate touch for a moment, but the Sockers appear to be able to escape harm's way, and then a lovely curving pass that was chested down but unable to control it, Eddie Velez. Christian Gutierrez on as the ball whizzes over the head of Kyle Tremble. And Caceres sees pressure from Charlie Gonzalez. The point I was about to make is that even with so many absences, you see the number of top scorers remaining in the Sockers lineup in terms of Morgan, in terms of Leo, in terms of Escoto, Charlie Gonzalez. So those are the guys, whereas normally in every Sockers match, Nate, you say, well, it could be anyone. It could just be absolutely anyone. Now you talk about those guys, and that's what you need. You need Leo, you need Escoto, you need Charlie, you need Savoy to generate the offense.
Yeah, they're not short with offensive firepower where they are a little.
Oh, here's Morgan off the soccer script logo.
I was going to say they're not short for offensive firepower where they are a little short-handed tonight is at the back, is organizationally, defensively. So from a neutral standpoint, you got to say Sockers still have a fun collective of attacking arsenal but are a little short defensively. It would lead you to believe there might be some openings for Tacoma tonight. This could be a fun game. Let's hope so.
Boris Pardo gets it out to Pee Wee Ortega. Luis sending it into the corner for Escoto. Brandon on the first try off the wall gently. Corralled by Danny Waltman. His distribution flies into the stands and will be atop of the arc. You never see Danny Waltman do that. But he did it, and the Sockers will get a great scoring chance here with 10-12 left in the first.
Flew like a bird into the crowd. And here are the Sockers. The chance to take the lead from a set piece, and normally this would be Craig Childs to turn down. He's on the bench right now, out with an injury tonight.
It's Leo. And it's Escoto, and it's down to the corner for Charlie. Saved by Waltman.
I like Waltman thinking twice about the throw right there after the last one.
He's just used his touch. Sockers applying pressure in the back. Michael Ramos is out of it. Sockers pressure did not work at all. And here comes Tacoma. And it's Corey Keats. Back to Ramos. Back to the middle. Oh, his own man, Hanson, denies Corey Keats the goal.
I was watching that tic-tac-toe down the whole pitch. That was such a beautiful run of play by Tacoma. And it's a Tacoma player who thwarts it in the end.
Oh, he's an elegant assassin for his own team. He just assassinated the scoring chance.
One of the best consecutive give-and-go sequences I've seen from any team in this game or any game. Oh, Keats, who had a couple of goals the last time he was playing here a couple of games ago against the Sockers. Keats got the brace.
Number 77 needs to change his number to 6s and 7s.
Oh, man.
That's what it was.
That was agonizing.
Now, these Tacoma Stars, by the way, 5'11" and 2. Long shot! What a save, Waltman! Cardenas looking to book from long range. And Waltman comes up with a dazzler.
Vintage Waltman when he's in San Diego.
Yep. There's something, you know, I'm not sure. I've got an idea, but I'm not sure what it is. But there's Andy Reyes on the steal. But when he comes to San Diego, he's got the good vibes.
Vibes.
Escoto.
That's vibes with a Z at the end, by the way.
2 Z's. Juan Manuel Rojo.
Maybe
it was a 2Z save right there. I mean,
maybe
that was,
3 or 4.
Yeah, that was, wow. Here is Zay and Rojo. Rojo trying to step through. Got past Pereira for the moment. Working off the wall, asking for the call from Kia. Kia says, please return your attention to the floor. As DeBray Holloman, San Diego State Aztec for life, kicks it out. The counter is on. It's Cox, and it's run down by Zay.
That's important right there for San Diego tonight. One place where Tacoma is strong is open field speed on a big field like this one.
Holloman's got the size on Morgan, who spins out of the double team. Gets it to Leo. Here's Leonardo De Oliveira. Left-footed shot blocked away by Caceres. Charlie Gonzalez now with under 8 to play in a methodical first quarter. Good military night crowd on hand. It's definitely filled in very nicely. And Boris Pardo ready to distribute. Eddie. And blowing a tire there. Chiquis, Alan Garcia. Garcia weaves his way through the corner, comes right on in, and it's in there! The first MASL goal for Alan Garcia. Chiquis is on the board with a little help from Tacoma, and so are the Sockers. 1-0.
You see here, tucked into the right, a great job getting past the first challenge, and then he got it past Waltman, not straight in. And on the rebound, his own miss to the side. He almost a little Wallace scorer to himself in the end of it, 1-0.
And we take a break. Sockers on the good foot. 1-0 San Diego on MASL TV.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on. I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's training for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude. You're right, bro. He's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the ping. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
The San Diego Sockers leading Tacoma 1-0. San Diego's next home game, the most anticipated match of the regular season in the MASL. It's the Sockers and the Florida Tropics. It just so happens to fall on March 31st, which was supposed to be opening night in Major League Baseball. The lockout denied that, kicked it back a week, and denied all of San Diego's baseball fans a chance to celebrate on March 31st. So we say the Sockers are here for you with an opening night on Thursday, March 31st. $5 GA tickets, free parking. First and only night, you'll hear that at the arena for any event all year. $2 Bud Lights. Show up in baseball gear, Padres gear. Get a championship pint glass while supplies last, and a ticket for a BOGO coupon for a playoff ticket. All of that on opening night, March 31st, 7:35 p.m. Sockers and Tropics San Diego 2 points ahead of Florida, who lost today to Baltimore 12-4. Unassisted goal at 7:35 for Alan Garcia, and what a great aggressive move Garcia made. Just like the aggressive move he made up from SD Soccer's 2 to the big club. The give and go offline for Pee Wee there from Savoy. Smart idea. Execution missed. Sockers are all behind it on the press here. High pressure is not worked out in 2 attempts. Tacoma down the floor. San Diego gets their frame back. Here's Pereira. Nick steps past one man, carves it over. It's Keats, and he scores! Top bins Corey Keats, another man who always saves his best for San Diego, and specifically Pechanga Arena. And it is 1-1. Wow. Golazo.
Que golazo. Started with that lovely ball across the pitch from Pereira. And how about that? Sitting up for Keats. And he makes no mistake about it. Off the chest, hung out on a string. Crack that with your left foot. Little tres dedos tail to boot. 1-1.
From Pereira at 8:27. Keats with his 6th of the season.
I referenced that brace that he scored in this building recently this season. Those were 2 goals from, I think, a combined 1.5 yards that night.
Right.
That was a goal that should have been worth 2.
Would have been worth 3 in the old MISL.
My God. What a strike.
But multi-point scoring was an abomination, but that's a separate discussion.
I agree. That was a little bit of hyperbole there that it should have been worth 2.
Just want to make sure we keep you
in
line. Okay. Rojo, past 2 men. Rojo in on goal. Waltman makes the save.
It's the first quarter. I can't go full Van Gundy yet.
No. Okay. You can do you can be more of a stand right now.
You know, a goal like that,
jet.
Craig, should have been worth 4 or 5. I tell you what.
In the Big 3 tournament, it will be. Christian Gutierrez lost it to Megson, who's had a couple regrettable things so far. Here comes Logan Jones on the run with Cox, finds Cox. Cox stops, turns, and lovely little move to keep the ball alive, and then he lost it. And here comes Charlie on the run with Rojo. Charlie Gonzalez stops to survey. He's got Ramos on him. He makes the push move. He crosses, nobody home on the back door. Stepping in, Morgan. Morgan! High and wide. Now, Tacoma tries to dig out with Jamal Cox. To Ramos. Ramos! Pardo gobbles it up with the greatest of ease.
Nick Pereira, the vision.
Off the bench is Steele Megson. Game's getting choppy. Escoto wins it back with under 5 to go in the first. First 10 minutes done in this one. 1-1, very entertaining. Long ball. Escoto finding it in the corner from Pee Wee. Escoto stepping out to his left hand. Waltman knocks it down, lost it, spilled the ball. Juan Gonzalez trying to get there. Caceres got there first. Out to Philip Lund, 3v2 if they hurry. Here come the Stars down the floor.
Lovely.
Megson waits for a bouncing ball off the north wall. Blocked by Cardenas. Mitchell Cardenas puts the ball on Pardo's foot in a very dicey spot, and he can't use him again. And it's up to Leo to rescue the play. Out of bounds. And they'll say last touched by De Oliveira.
Yeah, that was one of those, the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz? Both ways? Yep. I just point both ways. That was great. You had every player on the floor pointing, saying, my ball.
Jamal Cox hasn't been traveling. First game that I've seen, and I checked his game log before the match here tonight, Nate. First time he's played on the road this year. He had been a Tacoma-only performer. So, by need or want, he is here tonight. His brother Rafael is not.
Oh,
wow. Aggressive play, Kevin Naranjo. Very borderline on that, but he got it done. Leo tried to carve a ball to a wide open Cardenas, and Corey Keats used those long legs and stepped in.
Have yourself a first quarter, Keats.
I'm telling you, the 2 guys on Tacoma who every time in San Diego are good for a banner performance. It's Keats and it's Waltman.
Tell you what, that goal that Keats scored, it looked a lot like one that I scored during my tryout pregame.
I was going to say that, but then I thought, that's silly. Why would I bring that up, you know? Like, why would that be the first athletic reference that comes to mind? noted goal hunter Nate Abarrea.
Bins. Eternal bins.
There's
As
a
we see the
second
foul
foul
again.
for Nick Pereira. Nick not happy, thought he had ball. He's 2 fouls away from a blue card here in the first half.
Goals and fouls.
Gutierrez! Oh, Waltman denies the snap header.
I think that is why I've always had a real affinity for Nick Pereira, because he does specialize in what were my 2 favorite things as a player, goals and fouls. I liked scoring goals, I liked committing fouls.
Sockers again using the high pressure. And got a foul on Andy Reyes over in the corner.
Nick Pereira also specializing, I should say, in elaborate full field passing.
Yes.
Some beautiful Kaká-esque passing throughout this first half for Nick Pereira.
The Stars have had a bad schedule luck this year, and they are playing yet another back-to-back this weekend. The MASL week will continue to Monday night, as they will take on the Ontario Fury at Toyota Arena tomorrow night. A miserable week as Waltman gobbles this loose ball up for the Ontario Fury, losing 3 times, dropping a pretty handy decision. I believe it was 8-4 against Florida at Toyota Arena, then going down to Chihuahua, and just truly an unfortunate couple of games. Chris Toth playing out of his mind good in the first half and into the third quarter, and then gets kicked in the ankle and badly injured. Chuy Molina at age 45 had to take over. 3-line passes set up this red line free kick for the Sockers. And Leo will bring it over to Charlie, down into the corner. The pass misses Escoto, and that's going to allow Waltman to gobble it up. So a game that the Fury were leading on Friday night, they wind up losing 11-4 as Chuy came in ice cold. And the Savage bombed him for 10 goals in a hurry. Leo wins away the ball from Nick Pereira. That's top flight talent going head to head right there in terms of foot skill. Escoto. Then last night at Corner Sports Arena, Chuy Molina again having to play because Toth with that bad ankle. Just dynamite, 20 saves. They wear down at the end, but no attack from the Fury whatsoever, and they lose 6-1. And you only give up 6 in Chihuahua, you've got a great chance to win, and 6-1 the final. So Chihuahua has now clinched a playoff spot, while Ontario has fallen all the way to 7th place.
That is one of the more shocking results, too, I've seen from Ontario. Have had some tough ones this year, but only getting 1 goal in that game.
Nice passing. Juan Gonzalez off the wall, trying to return it to Charlie Gonzalez, no relation. And Nick Pereira takes it away. And then the pressure by Eddie.
Here's your high press.
And there's the foul on Eddie. Also specializes in your 2 favorite things, Nick. Goals and fouls.
And how about, can we give some credit to our fabulous TVX crew right there as Nick Pereira comes right through your tablet or
standing their ground. Well done, TVX.
Well done.
Not running. Final 45 seconds of this first quarter. Papi Chavo and Los Brujos del 78 getting the drums going in section 19. Those guys doing a back-to-back as well, having been at San Diego Loyal.
Oh,
yeah. That 2-0 victory last night over Sacramento Republic.
Fun night.
Appreciate those who do the San Diego double dip. 3 pro soccer teams now in San Diego. Wave FC, Loyal, Sockers. Sockers older than them all. 15 championships. Defending champs, 18-0-1. And in a 1-1 match here with Tacoma. Played off to Zay, 15 seconds.
Just couldn't help but think of Wayne's World right there, talking about that Loyal game. Like, Craig, we were there.
We were. You were there. You were there. Oh no! Keats almost scored another one.
Almost with another golazo, may I add.
Yes, but it's the other guy who comes to play in San Diego, Waltman, denying Keats in an absolutely perfect way for the quarter to come to an end. As Corey says, "Great save, Danny. I'll get you next time." I guess. Wow. First quarter's done. Alan Chiquis Garcia, his first ever MASL goal, got the Sockers on top, but then Corey Keats from way downtown, bang. We're tied at 1. Sockers and Tacoma Stars tied 1 apiece. We remind you about Sockers Overtime. It's our weekly show that covers the San Diego Sockers and the Major Arena Soccer League. It's on live every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific time with yours truly and Jerry Jimenez, your co-hosts, and it comes to you live on Twitch, twitch.tv/San Diego Sockers. Check us out for the live broadcast where we interact with your comments and thoughts, have on a live player or coach guest every week. This week we had Alex Bastjavansky from MASL Primetime as our special guest. It's been a lot of fun being live on Twitch. Of course, it's also a podcast. You can subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeart, you name it, we're there. Sockers Overtime, check it out. All shows archived on YouTube as well, on our YouTube channel at San Diego Sockers. Good work by Pardo there. Sockers seeing some pressure from Tacoma as the two teams have switched sides. And the Sockers are attacking left to right across your screens, however you might be watching today, whether you're watching on the phone, the tablet, the laptop, or maybe the big screen. Live, free, in HD, MASL TV on YouTube. 1-1 our score. Keats and Garcia are scorers. And a foul will lead to a direct kick for Tacoma down in the left corner. Nate. Philip Lund drew the foul.
Yeah, dangerous one there. Always when you see a player falling near the boards. Thankfully, Lund okay. Big free kick opportunity here for the visitors.
Pereira with Lund, Caceres, Canale fanned out as an umbrella around the red line, and lurking on the back post, Jamal Cox. Lind runs through, Caceres brings it over, Canale gets the shot, and Cardenas comes up with the blocked shot. First minute done, second quarter. Sockers missing 6 of their regulars. Now, of course, Tacoma voluntarily deleted their number 2 player this week at the trade deadline on St. Patrick's Day, trading Vinny Dantas to the Baltimore Blast. Speaking of a blast, DeBray Holloman from outside. Pardo got a touch on that off the crossbar. And the Blast respond with a 12-4 victory today in Florida as Cardenas tried to come around that ball on the first try. And he did, but shot it wide. Ramos, Christian Gutierrez saw that pass come through his legs, and then Pee Wee takes a crack at it. Was blocked by the rush in front of him. Luis Pee Wee Ortega. Down and out as Pereira takes the ball away with flair. Nick weaves through a triple team on his way to the bench and keeps the ball in.
Just fantastic.
He's so good.
Never get tired of watching it.
Down into the corner to Megson. Megson with a 2-hand push on Rojo. Says, get off me, son.
Megson, no offense, not sure I enjoy watching him as much as Nick Pereira.
Little different.
Little different style out there, you know?
Yeah.
Not to say that there aren't, you know, Megson, it's like music,
right?
You know? Subjective.
Do you want to hear the, you know, beautiful cello or, you know, a tambourine? Oh, look at this tambourine! Jones, Canale scores! Tacoma is on top as the UCSD grab cashes in the rebound.
Man, they got Aztecs out there, and don't forget about the Tritons. Everybody coming back for a little San Diego love. The first chance missed, and the deflection hangs up in the air, and it's knocked home by Canale. Alessandro Canale gives Tacoma a 2-1 lead. 12:22 left here in the second quarter.
Canale's 11th from Logan Jones at 2:38. And San Diego finds themselves on the back foot now, and Adam West takes down Savoy Morgan, who maybe made some contact with the turf with his head. Corey Keats picks him back up. Oof, yeah.
Thankfully, too much contact with the turf there at the end like you were talking about, more just the brunt of the challenge.
Charlie shoots off the Sockers Kicking K logo above the western goal. Out of play to the Stars. 12-11 left in the first half. Sockers' 15-match win streak being challenged here, certainly from a personnel standpoint, the most loaded roster in the MASL. Well, they're on the back end of it. There's 22 guys on the active roster. 6 are hurt. So the 16 available are playing tonight. And now down by 1. We talked about it in the first quarter, right, Nate? This is where you want to see an Escoto, a Charlie, a Savoy. Those are the 3 on the floor right now in terms of attackers. See them create. Guys like this are always dying to have a high usage rate match on a team where everyone shares the ball. Here's Morgan. Oh, off the left post. An absolutely brilliant shot, turning on it, snapping it with speed. Took Waltman by surprise and just missed. Morgan lays it off for Leo. Leo through the legs of Jones, but Waltman saw it all the way. And Danny is putting the wall in Waltman so far tonight. Here's Megson with Cardenas.
Waltman had that one save back in the first quarter, the classic Waltman save where he puts the cape on.
Yeah.
And the full sprawl.
And when I talked about Tacoma's bad schedule line, I should look it up. I want to say they've had 7 or 8 back-to-backs in there. Almost all of their games have been back-to-backs this year. Here's Ramos. And as we know in the sport of indoor soccer, back-to-back, that's tough. You know, I can hear, whoever you want to say, Chacha Namdar or Kevin Crow saying, hey, we used to go 3-3. In MISL 2, they used to go 3-3 sometimes.
They used to walk uphill in the snow both ways
directions
to the arena.
That is correct.
As a matter of fact.
That is correct. And they didn't even get a juice box.
Nope.
Or a coffee.
Nothing.
Had to pay,
Nothing.
Pay for your coffee.
They had to pay to play, actually.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
It was tough. But
at least that's how it sounds when you talk to the old timers
correct.
sometimes.
Here's Leo. Leo to Rojo. And Rojo to Andy Reyes.
I want to get back to that topic momentarily because there's a funny caveat to that conversation.
There's action, and there's a little more to it as well. This shot is parried by Waltman once again.
It's a sprawling Waltman. You gotta love it.
Eddie to Andy Reyes. Andy Reyes! Open your account, young man! Andy Reyes from Eddie Velez has evened up the score at 2.
See it here. Pass off the wall. Lovely patient build-up from the Sockers. The shot with the toe at the end of it. Any way you want it. Look at this. Picks his spot. Goes with the Ronaldinho-esque toe poke on the day of El Clásico in La Liga. Beautiful stuff from the Mexicano here in San Diego.
Let's hear it.
Andy! Thank you.
And Eddie Velez gets his first point. As speaking of getting out there, Brian Farber got a few seconds and a touch there. And his head gets a fist bump back from Greg Giles at the back of the bench. You're in the game, son. Brian Farber. Talked about this being his last year. Hasn't gone the way he's wanted it to. Savoy Morgan.
Plenty of time to change that.
That is true. And he would be the absolute first person to tell you this. Not match fit for tonight. He was expecting to try and get back maybe for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then Serta goes down, Callahan goes down in the last 2 days. And all of a sudden, it's really, do you want to play with 15 players? Or do you want to have Farber in to fill out the lineup? Here's Pereira. Pereira stepping on Cardenas, shooting off the wall. Pardo couldn't get a touch on that one. Then Pereira gets called for his 3rd foul. And that's big with 8:32 left in the half.
One more.
Pereira knows he's going to have to limit his time, taking his 32nd foul of the year. That's why he's so mad.
Yeah.
And here comes Cardenas to send it out. Logan Jones gets on the end of that distribution attempt. Cardenas on the 2nd try finds Brandon Escoto. Here comes Turas to Gutierrez. Christian back to his fellow Tijuanense. Brandon Escoto back to Gutierrez. Christian with a pair of goals in the Sockers' last victory, 6-5 over Utica City FC in New York. There's Brandon with the step out. Brandon with the step out. Brandon with the shot. Blocked. Wow. Canale. 8 minutes left in the second quarter as Los Brujos put it in the ears of Danny Waltman.
Now Keats back with it.
Keats to Canale. Crosses Ramos. Gutierrez looking to play the pass here and let Garcia play the man. But they bracket Ramos, and Ramos escapes the bracket. Off the wall, Pardo gets there before Ramos can.
Goodness.
Some great indoor soccer by Michael Ramos right there, defeating a double team, coming in on the corner and using the wall as his teammate. Morgan held up a little bit by Chase Hanson, and with no whistle, the ball is loose for the moment, and it's rescued away by Juan Gonzalez. His identical twin Felipe has a sore right hamstring. Juan feels sympathy, pain in the region.
I was going to say, do they feel the same pain? I've always wondered that with twins.
They are not mirror twins, we know that. Here is Morgan to Rojo. Great step up by Hanson to take the ball away at the moment of truth. And it's back to Boris Pardo with under 7 to go in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime, we'll bring you part of our interview from Soccer's Overtime this week, where Jerry and I had Alex Bastiavansky, the host of MASL Primetime, on. We remind you every Wednesday, MASL Primetime, all the best highlights, great interviews, all the news from the league, hosted by Alex Bastiavansky. Find it on YouTube, MASL TV, right here where you are.
And it comes to you from the inside of a spaceship. It's spectacular.
It is. Here's Leo. Finding Tavoy. Great chance for Morgan. Morgan trying to turn it back to Leo. Off of the arm of Chase Hanson, it surely looked like from up here. Naranjo runs it down. Whistles his way along the southern wall. Wow. Naranjo with several stop-and-go bursts comes right in on net and gives it to Cox. And back on top, the Tacoma Stars, as Kevin Naranjo does it all by himself till the end.
Brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. The end, I believe it was it Felipe Souza?
Oh, you know what?
Down there?
They've changed so
at the last.
No. It is, in my defense, and I apologize. Kevin Naranjo is on their roster as number 20 and number 7. They have 2 number 20s. And this appears to be Souza in his first game. Or his 7th game, pardon me.
If that's, I don't care if that's his 7th game, that's as fine of a veteran drive forward that I've seen all season. Brilliant stuff.
And it's led to a timeout. We'll just keep it right here, guys, as we've already gotten halfway through this day. But no, thank you, though.
You're welcome.
And I had scratched out Naranjo and put Souza, but I've just associated Naranjo because he's been here at 20 before. Felipe Souza, congratulations. What a great move.
What a run. What an assist. What a brilliant goal. Another lead for Tacoma. How about this performance?
Yeah.
I want to go back before this timeout ends to what we were talking about with some of the old timers when they harken back to the glory days, and you talk about the toughness. And this goes for arena soccer, folks from back in the old MISL. I hear about this from old NBA players, old NFL players. You get those conversations going, and sometimes it can get into those talks. Oh, back-to-backs, whiny. We used to do back-to-back-to-backs. We'd play 3 nights in a row. You know, there was a lot of FA Cup ties in England this past weekend. You know, FA Cup ties used to go to unlimited replays, meaning that if the game ended in a tie, you'd play at the other team's house in a rematch, start it all over. And if that game ended in a tie, you went back to the other team's house, and you kept playing. There used to be replays that would go 8 games in the old FA Cup into the 1970s and 80s. There's a reason, what I'm getting at is there's a reason why none of those things exist anymore. So it's so great that all you strong old timers did what you did, but there's a reason why we don't play back-to-back-to-backs anymore. There's a reason why FA Cups don't go to 7 replays anymore. It's for the good of the players. Congratulations on your toughness back in the day, but I'm glad that things are the way they are now.
So, and just to put a capper on that, because then I looked it up, 12 of Tacoma's 18 matches so far this year have either been back-to-back, which was 8 of them, or Friday-Sunday, which was 2 of them. And the guy that is impacted by that the most is Danny Waltman.
Yeah.
Here's Nick Pereira. Pereira in the corner, has an assist tonight, stepping on that ball. The brilliant captain of the U.S. beach soccer national team. Down to Canale. Ball raked off his toe for a moment, won it back, and it's back to Philip Lund. Lund, another one of those kind of classic old-time stars, all the way back to PASL, as was Pereira and Caceres. Pereira, left-footed try, knocked down. Gutierrez punches it out. Escoto's not going to get there. Logan Jones had the speed to bring it back to his keeper, Danny Waltman. Brandon's going to fly in on this try. But Waltman to Pereira, as it's been done hundreds of times over the years. Great step in, and then the foul on Escoto. Doesn't like the call, but probably deserved it. 5:02 left in the second quarter. Let's see it.
Trip at the end there from Escoto.
And Pereira a bit off balance on that as well. There's Farber back on the floor. See what he can offer with Charlie. You know, we started the broadcast, Nate, detailing the Sockers' absences as Ramos. Dynamic moves, keeping the ball alive around 2-3 defenders here. And I said, just showing you again, you know, the talent level up here in the booth, I said that Brandon Escoto and Charlie Gonzalez and Leonardo De Oliveira and Savoy Morgan would be critically important. And so far, it's been all first-timers for San Diego. Here comes Cox. Cox cranks that one wide. All 3 points the Sockers have accumulated tonight. Now back to Cox. Terrible giveaway. He puts it in on the first-time shot. Tacoma's up 4-2 and looking good in San Diego.
It's their ball game right now. They have absolutely taken control of this thing as the Sockers are going to call time. We're going to get a look here. And he's not going to lose out twice. Cox saw that one go wide, and then I love this. The ball comes right back to him, and he says, second bite at the cherry. I'll take that. 4-2. How about you now?
Assist came off of Brandon Escoto's toe right there. And Tacoma's got the lead. Let's take a break. We'll come back with the final cranks of this second quarter next. 4-2 Stars on MASL TV.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Jamal Cox hasn't been traveling with Tacoma. He's been only playing home matches. He broke that trend today and has done so in dramatic style, as Cox has the last 2 goals. And it is 4-2. That last goal coming at 10:41 in the second quarter. They've given to Bray Holloman an assist. I'd like to see that replay one more time to double check it, because it looked like the ball came off a San Diego player. Not that it necessarily matters in the grand scheme of things. The goal is what matters, and the score. Here's Leo. Leo, with 4 men around him, gets the ball loose. Shot wide by Rojo. And out of the timeout, let's see some Sockers intensity. First, let's see this replay. It was Holloman. Wow. Great job by the officials. DeBray Holloman got that touch away from Escoto to get it back to Jamal Cox. Very, very well done.
Couldn't even see the ball as he was hitting it.
That's true.
That was brilliant.
It's instinctive.
That was great stuff from DeBray.
Lifted in Cardenas. And the Sockers, they are in a hot one now. And a giveaway.
Look out.
It's Pereira working on Leo. Trying to get loose of Leo. 2 of the most skilled guys with the ball at their feet in the league going head-to-head on defense. Christian now with the turnover. Sockers need to build some energy. Down 2. 3.5 to go in the second. Leo falls. And with Minetti on pressure, the ball is back to Canale and to the Stars. Tacoma's got 3 goals this quarter. Oh, it's a steal off the bench. It's Pee-wee getting tugged. Pee-wee coming in. Save Waltman. Roberto in the corner trying to dig it out. And Cox gets there first. And a foul.
It's such a tough break, and this is such a funky nuance of integrity and ethics, because if he goes down right there on that first tug,
it's a shootout.
Shootout, blue card. But he stays up because that's the honorable thing to do, and he ends up with nothing. Funny old game, man.
Megson. It is.
I mean,
you're 100% right.
It's no different outdoors, 11v11. Men, women, doesn't matter who's playing.
Steal.
It's the same concept, and it drives me mad. You're almost looking at a player going, he should have gone down there. But he stayed up and did the right thing. For what?
Sockers have what I guess is considered their scoring line out there right now with Alan Garcia and Andy Reyes. The two guys who have the goals for San Diego tonight. Both their first as a Socker. Rojo lifts it out. Juan Gonzalez got a head on it. Knocked down by Keats. Back to Rojo with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Part of our Sockers overtime presentation. Talk to Alex Bastiavansky, host of MASL Primetime. You'll see that at halftime. We'll bring you all the highlights as well. And scores from around the league. Here's Morgan. Back to Escoto. Very, very impactful weekend of scores in the MASL. Called it Moving Week on MASL Primetime. There's Morgan off of the Kicking K script logo. Savoy just has been a little bit off shot tonight. Pereira out of the air, lifts it, gets it back. And it's Lund with under 2 to play in the second quarter. What a great quarter for Tacoma. And if they could put one more on the board, what a quarter it would be indeed.
A great first half they've put together. First quarter wasn't too shabby either.
You're right.
They've taken control of this game.
They deserve the result. The result right now is 100% earned. And the Sockers need to figure out a way to recapture the magic, so to speak. You know, I was talking with General Manager Sean Bowers on the floor prior to the match, Nate, and of course we were discussing that really surprising result as this one sails out of bounds with Baltimore going to Florida and not just winning, but winning 12-4. I mean, just absolutely running the show. And he looked at me and said, we could have a surprising result here tonight.
Right. How fitting would it be on the day where, Florida drops a dud, then the Sockers end up matching it the way they've matched wins all season.
That would be funny. It's kind of like the match play where, they've been birdieing, Morgan lays it off, and then both guys bogey the same hole,
It's got that kind of feel to it. Still a lot of time left in this game, and the Sockers can be a second half team, be a streaky bunch.
However, Waltman is, for the most part, survived the drums.
Yeah, Danny's been good. Danny's been really good.
Very, very. Cardenas. And he was so good at the very beginning as well. The foul on Tacoma. 36 seconds left as Cardenas
Clear little nudge
chipped
in the
by
back there.
Canale. Here's another whistle. That one on Megson. Of course, Pereira's going to sit the last 30 seconds here. He's on 3 fouls.
Yeah, they can't chance it. This is big. This is a big chance for San Diego to get one back right here. Till Tacoma are going pretty much low block. Well, right as I say that.
And instead, Keats will take the audacious try. Really, he just wanted to send it downfield.
Could have killed off a little bit more time there.
I agree.
The Sockers are going to have another chance.
Rojo sailing over to Voy.
I think Waltman knows what I'm talking about right here. Take those extra 4 or 5 seconds for hucking this one. Nick is going to come back on the field.
6 seconds. He says, I'll never foul, don't worry.
Pereira back out there. How about it?
He says, I want the ball, but that won't happen. The half comes to an end. Tacoma. Whew. Jamal Cox. Bangers back to back. Well, a tap in and then a nice shot.
A banger from Keats.
The Keats shot still brilliant. Canale also scoring this quarter. Andy Reyes from Eddie Velez, the 1 goal for San Diego, but a very disappointed club. You can see it in their countenance and in their walk as the Sockers are walking off the floor down 4-2. Boris Prado trying to keep the club, along with Sean Bowers, pumped up with positive energy. But Tacoma's got lots of positive energy after a great 30 minutes here in San Diego. We're waiting for Phil Salvaggio to make his way to our broadcast position before we get into halftime proper. It's Garcia and Reyes for San Diego, Keats, Canale, and Cox twice for Tacoma. Danny Waltman, really great so far in net. And Sockers made a couple mistakes, which I'm sure Phil Salvaggio will note in this interview with Melissa Min.
Coach, the big elephant in the room is injuries. How are you going to overcome all the injuries that you have to come out with a W tonight?
Well, first we got to play some good defense and stay with our runners. You know, that's first. That's the beginning of the game, and we're not doing that right now.
Without having some notable Sockers players like Felipe and Captain Craig Childs, what adjustments did you have to make coming into tonight's game?
Well, we just say a couple more players got sick right before the game, so we're down deep in our lineup.
I'm sure you're coming up with a message going into the halftime right now. Can you talk about that message that you're going to tell the team after you leave me?
I just hope they can play better soccer.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
I think we all do if we are San Diego fans, Coach. Much appreciate that. And for the fans of Tacoma, and definitely for the fans of Florida, and probably many others around the league, they'd much prefer to see San Diego continue to struggle in the second half. We've got a great second half coming up for you, but first, it's halftime here on MASL TV. The Stars leading the Sockers 4-2. And please enjoy our halftime entertainment.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on, I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's training for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude, you're right, bro, he's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the main. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life. Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
Well, it's the bottom of the hour, Jerry. Let's welcome in our special guest. And I'm so excited for this because, he's asked me to be his special guest several times. He is the host of MASL Primetime, which you see Wednesdays on the league's MASL TV channel on YouTube. He is the master of the highlights of indoor soccer. We welcome for the first time ever onto Soccer's Overtime, Alex Bastjavansky, joining us from north of the border. Alex, Craig, and Jerry here with you down in San Diego. Thank you so much for some time today.
Guys, absolutely love what you do. And it's about time that you started cashing in favors. The amount of times I've asked you to come on to pick your brain, Craig. And it's all I can say is, you've done such awesome stuff for me over the last couple of years when we've been on. So it's a pleasure to be on this show. And Jerry, we've never actually been formally introduced, but nice to virtually meet you anyway as well. So great to be on, guys.
Same, sir. I'm a very, very big fan. And I love MASL Primetime. When I don't have enough time to catch up on the other games, I'm watching it. So if you guys haven't checked it out, those that are listening in, you have to go and check it out on YouTube, MASL Primetime. It's so good. I am so jealous of the studio. It is amazing. And we'll talk more about that. And I'll
sure
talk more
thing.
Because I
Thank
love
you. Appreciate it, Jerry. Thank you. Yeah, I make do with a small space. Let's put it that way. So, but thank you. And the master of the highlights part is kind of funny because every week when I'm cutting the show, I mean, we've got we don't even have 24 minutes anymore. We've got 22 minutes now. Because segment 3 was cut for commercial time because we're on Root Sports, of course, in the Pacific Northwest. So that segment is only 4 minutes now. As the last time, Craig, I was talking to you about that, how it's like it just flies by. Trying to cut the highlights for 9 or 10 games is on a weekly basis is challenging. It is challenging because you're trying to tell a story and you've got 3 segments to do it, totaling 18 minutes on top of, your hellos and your studio part and everything. And you just hope that you can tell the proper, the story of what actually happened in the game in a proper way. That's the big challenge, And man, you guys had some storylines from last weekend. Let me just, and that will be on the show when it comes out tomorrow. And I led with the Baltimore. I'm spoiling everything here, but I led with the Baltimore game. And my main thing was it's been 2 years since the two, most successful organizations in the MASL combined. And you guys can call me on this one. I believe it's 25 titles. You guys have won.
That is correct.
Baltimore's won 10, and I was so pumped for it. So I built it up on the show and I pointed out, and it wasn't the very last time you guys faced off because I think it was a week later or 2 weeks later, you guys had a second game, but the game in Baltimore that they won 9-5 was, as they say on the show, heated to say the least. There were several blue cards. There was almost a full out brawl at one point. 2 teams that I think have a lot of respect for one another, 2 organizations. But when they're on that floor, man, the gloves are off. There's a lot of pride on the line. And we saw that this weekend. I heard what you guys were talking about, Baltimore, obviously. But they were up for that game, man. They were up for that game. And it was dicey for a while. Like, that would have been huge if they would have pulled that off because you guys are obviously dominant this season. And they haven't quite lived up to their usual level of excellence. They've got a lot of stuff that's happened this year. But what a great game. What a great game. What a great weekend you guys had overall. Challenging.
One of my favorite things too is seeing how this season specifically MSL has stepped it up in the content and brought in a couple of more shows. Are you like me that thinks we need more MASL content out there?
Well, it's this year it's been pretty amazing the amount of things they've come out with. Restarting Primetime after a couple of years, midweek with Michelle, Mondays with the guys, but I think just launched 3 weeks ago, roughly, or something around there. And then the review. They're definitely going in the right direction. I think you'd be hard pressed to find too many leagues, not in the the major league category in terms of baseball and the NHL and stuff like that, that has the amount of properties that this league has going right now, and have launched in 1 year. Because my show was a relaunch, and those other 3 shows were just launched this year, and that's pretty phenomenal. I think that says a lot to the league. And I had Keith Tozer on the show, which is coming out tomorrow, and we chatted about that. And his main thing was they were very focused. JP Dellacamera and himself and Shep were focused on making the MASL part of the conversation of U.S. soccer again, and really getting that media footprint out there again. And I think they've done a spectacular job. In 1 year, you've got MASL Primetime. Yeah, we did it 2 years ago, but it was a relaunch this year. You've got 4 new shows in 1 year, which I think is certainly a step in the right direction. And yeah, who knows what they're going to come up with next year? I don't know. I haven't chatted with them about them yet, but they're doing a lot, and I think it's heading in the right direction.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the finer things in life.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure. I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on. I'm running by the field right now. You're never going to guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's trading for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude. You're right, bro. He's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the mail. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
Getting ready for the start of the second half. It's 4-2 Tacoma. Let's bring you the first half highlights here on MASL TV. Let you know how it happened. Sockers get on the good foot with Alan Garcia. His first ever MASL goal, second tap after he burst his way along the corner, and it was 1-0. But then here's how things started to change. Nick Pereira to Corey Keats for an absolute blistering golazo into the top right corner, and it was a 1-1 score. Danny Waltman has been terrific tonight. He has stopped 8 of 10 shots, one of his saves right there. Back into the action, Alessandro Canale across to Logan Jones, who missed a wide open net, but Canale's there to clean it up from the top and make it a 2-1 game. Waltman back to it with an incredible one-handed knock there. Getting a touch on that from Morgan. Just saw it on the replay. First I thought he had only hit it off post. Now Reyes on the assist from Eddie Velez to make it 2-2. Sockers were happy, but all Tacoma the rest of the quarter. And Felipe Souza, brilliant. Stop and go again. Gets past Rojo, sets up Cox in the middle. Slam dunk. 3-2. Cox on the end of this one as he misses wide, but to Bray Holloman from behind. Knocks that one away from Pee Wee, right back to the foot of Cox, who shovels it home. 4-2 is our score. And as third quarter begins, I hand over the play-by-play duties to Nate Abarea.
Thank you very much, Craig Elston. My name is Nate Abarea, joined by the aforementioned commentator extraordinaire to my left, Mr. Craig Elston, the TVX crew, Melissa May, along with you, wherever and however you're watching this thing. Pleasure and privilege to be with you again, coming to you live from the Grand Old Arena as the Sockers drive forward and look to get this third quarter off with a bang, and they do it. Goal for San Diego, and it's Juan Manuel Rojo streaking in at the back post, and just like that, it's a one-goal game.
Charlie Gonzalez with the great run. He got sent in by Gutierrez. The chest save by Waltman trying to get himself over for the double, but Rojo is there. Starts with that wonderful northern wall pass, bringing in Gutierrez. Waltman meant to do that. He got the deflection, trying to scramble over, knowing where the rebound would spill, and yet Rojo for his 10th goal of the year. Great start to the quarter for San Diego.
Juan Manuel. Thank you.
So Andy Reyes, Alan Garcia, and Juan Manuel Rojo.
Yes.
Just the scoring trio you predicted.
Absolutely not.
1 minute
yes.
gone, running clock, third quarter. Take them any way you can get them, anybody who can contribute, step on up. Out of the corner with Lund. Philip Lund. Still with it. Lund kind of losing track of where he was and where the ball was. Keats coming to the rescue.
This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife.
But it was the whole time. I mean, the duality was on full display. He was doing brilliant things and then tripping over his own feet at the same time. It was quite impressive, honestly. Where'd that one go?
Over the low wall.
All right. All right, we're all going to take a deep breath here. Opening 90 seconds of this third quarter has seen a goal and a lot of funkiness. A bit of choppiness. Savoy Morgan to get involved in this game. He drives a low shot. Waltman dove for show. Not sure he had it covered. Driving the other way. It's Michael Ramos. Indoor stalwart. Strong player for a number of years for Tacoma. Ramos is one of those guys who loves the open field, loves open space. And this being one of the bigger fields in the Major Arena Soccer League, pretty much plays to the strengths. The Tacoma number 25 is back on the bench for now. It's Cáceres. Peels it back and orchestrates the symphony. Waits for everybody to move around, places one pass over to Waltman. Danny's gonna look forward and try to find his old pal Nick Pereira. Both of those gentlemen have been in vintage form tonight. Pereira tugged to the floor. No call. Now here's Boris Pardo. Pardo over to Charlie Gonzalez. Flips up to Cristian Gutierrez. One of the many Tijuanenses in the Sockers ranks. Blasts a shot low. Goes out of play. Sockers with the restart. Leo back into the game. All the familiar faces when it comes to scoring and golazos for the San Diego Sockers team. They've been mighty quiet tonight. The likes of Leonardo De Oliveira. The likes of Savoy Morgan. See if they can light it up here in this second half that is about 3 minutes old. One's driven high and well wide by Alan Garcia. He scored the opening goal of this game. Not just the opener for the Sockers, it was a goal that gave San Diego a 1-0 lead. Went to 1-1, courtesy of an absolute thunderbolt volley with the left foot from Corey Keats. Canale made it 2-1. Reyes tied it at 2 for San Diego with his first goal for the Sockers. And then a double from Cox. A couple of nice goals from Jamal Cox as Danny Waltman goes on a drive.
Danny. Look out, Danny.
Danny taking the right lane. Danny's still up there.
Oh, the pass is offline.
And
Maybe
look
not.
out. Oh, it's a chance for the Sockers. It's just high. And Waltman gets back into his area at the perfect time where he's able to just grab it off the glass.
Holy cow.
Pee-wee Ortega inches away from a great goal. Waltman with a patient little play there to let it go across his body to sort of fool Pee-wee. As Tacoma try to play out of the back. We're going to get another look at this last
unfolded
play,
for
Greg.
Tacoma fans like a horror movie with Leo chasing down Waltman and then hits the Kaiser Permanente logo, official healthcare provider, presenting sponsor of your San Diego Sockers. But that's not what they wanted to present.
Inches away, Pee-wee Ortega.
He's really good at those shots, too.
Seen him score from full field, 6 attacker situations. It's a similar one there, just high. Keats, who scored a great goal tonight, almost with another. Pardo parries away to his left, and Lund gets knocked out by Pee-wee. I think that's got to be a foul on Pee-wee Ortega.
Yeah.
Pee-wee might have also taken a shot, but I like seeing Lund reach down his hand, offer to help him up.
Nasty collision. And really nothing to be done as both players are charging to the spot.
And they're both okay, both back up to their feet, exchanged a handshake, and nothing dirty in it, nothing deserving really of a blue card. It's just a unfortunate collision of bodies there. And
Lund.
I think Lund was not shy from blasting that as hard as he could with Pee-wee Ortega standing in front of him there after that challenge that Pee-wee just left in on him. But I love the fight from both players and the good sportsmanship from both players. Just hard-nosed stuff in the third quarter on a Sunday night. Coming up on 10 minutes remaining here in this third quarter.
Great
the Sockers with a chance to tie the score. Oh no, it's got to be a hamstring.
Oh, Reyes is out.
It's definitely a hamstring. And he felt it, I feel like, before the shot. He ends up taking the shot and immediately goes down and immediately grabs back of his leg.
And this is...
We see it right there. He's already...
Yeah,
it's the shot with the right foot, it was the left hamstring.
Which is the one he's been having trouble with and just got back.
You know better than I as far as everyday updates, as far as injuries with players and what they're going through training and dealing with rehabbing, and such an unfortunate occurrence there for Reyes. Scores his first goal tonight, comes into the game, ties the score at 2, has a big chance there to tie the score again at 4, and instead he pulls his hamstring. Just a harsh break there, and it's always got to be careful with speculating about injuries. I'm always very adamant about that, but that's one of those ones where you immediately know.
Well, pull the thread on this storyline a little bit further. You can see on the floor, or on the bench, Chiqui Luna going over things with Brian Farber. We talked about this. Brian Farber was basically in as a shouldn't play much reserve tonight. Now, is Brian Farber going to have to start taking at least every third shift in the midfield?
Is that something that you want to push as you see a player come up lame, holding their hamstring, clearly a hamstring injury? Do you want to chance it with any other injuries for Brian Farber, as he's worked so hard to get back, nursing a couple of different knocks over the last few months? As this one saved by Pardo, ricochets back to him off the head of a teammate.
Oh, Charlie just tripped on his own man.
Tripped on the carpet right there, that little lip right in the area that Charlie tripped over. Ends up a little higher than I'd like to see.
Trip lip.
9:20 running clock, third quarter. Sockers trail by a goal. They trailed 4-2 at halftime, if you're just joining us. Tacoma led 4-2. That was the halftime score after 30 minutes of arena soccer. Played almost 6 minutes here in this third period. A goal scored by Juan Manuel Rojo, courtesy of a great bit of play from the man who just dished it off there, Charlie Gonzalez. Who did he pass to? Juan Manuel Rojo. Now it's back with Savoy Morgan. Oh, just wide. Almost time to start Spanish Town rocking for Savoy, and it rolls just wide. And I don't think the extraordinary, even with a cape on his back, Danny Waltman had that one covered. I think if that was on frame, it goes in.
I agree with you, and it's been a rough game for Savoy in terms of just missing, being very, very close, but not having that exact right placement.
Rough game for Savoy Morgan and Leonardo De Oliveira. Leo's back on the floor now. Savoy's back to the bench for the time being. As we dip under 8.5 remaining here in this third quarter. Tacoma clinging to this 1-goal lead. Tacoma, they have played mighty well tonight. Sockers have a little bit more control in this third quarter, which they currently lead 1-0, but the score on the whole game, Tacoma 4, San Diego 3. The second quarter was definitely the best 15 minutes that Tacoma put together. They won that quarter 3-1. Here comes Lund. Lund never shying away from contact. Strong number 8 out there. Ooh. Tenacious stuff from everybody involved, including Canale. Canale, who scored a goal tonight. Made the score 2-1. First goal of that aforementioned second quarter. Ramos, down on the right side. Near the top of the key, and he loses it. Pee-wee.
Great step in by Gutierrez there.
Pee-wee tried to knock it off the boards. It ends up back with Tacoma. Lovely pass from Nick Pereira. Have I ever said that before? Here's a low shot. Ends up in the hands of Pardo after a brief bobble there.
You know, it's something that you'll hear on MASL Primetime this week as Rene Ortiz is the special guest. He was asked about...
Here's Savoy Morgan. Savoy Morgan! Goal! Because he grew up in a place called De La Vega, and he's Spanish Town rocking for the San Diego Sockers tonight. It's 4-all with 7:03 left in the third quarter.
His 30th of the year. Cardenas the assist, and once again he finds the inside of that post, but this time post and in for Morgan. Goal number 30. Game is tied 4-4. We take a timeout on MASL TV.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
We've got an entertaining one here, 4-4, Tacoma and San Diego, and that's just following on the heels of a brilliant match earlier this afternoon, Nate, that you had the pleasure to call with our TVX crew on Facebook. Sockers 2, 11-9, 20 goals.
20 goals, and this was one of the most entertaining contests that I've had the privilege of calling in some time, and I mean M2 or MASL first teams. Not only 20 goals, that final score that you see right there, that was the only time, I think it got to 11-9 with 3 or 4 minutes left. That was the first 2-goal lead for either team in the entire game. The epitome of a seesaw battle. I love a close game. I love a 2-1, a 3-2. I'd rather have an ugly close game than a blowout. That was a close game and highly entertaining throughout. Brilliant goals, golazos galore in that contest, and I love that. I haven't seen a game like that in some time. That is the only 2-goal lead in the entire contest.
Incredible stuff.
And the Sockers, very much so, as Craig alluded to, Sockers' first team, a bit of a seesaw battle tonight with Tacoma. Tacoma had the lone 2-goal lead in this contest at halftime. The Sockers have scored back-to-back goals here in the third quarter to tie the score at 4. Nick Pereira has it knocked away. Nick Pereira tugs and tugs again with a Escoto still trying to go for it. That looked like 90s family comedy, like an Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Like the little girl hanging on to Clifford the Big Red Dog. Emily.
Another way to look at it. Here comes Canale. Any analogy you want to use of a very tall person and a somewhat shorter person going toe-to-toe? Nick Pereira was able to prevail, perhaps with a few extracurricular reaches there and some tugging of the shirt of Brandon Escoto. I think that's what Brandon was feeling.
Bad bounce there, and it led to Michael Ramos having a kind of dangerous opportunity. Mitchell Cardenas.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk to the players, Nate, when you talk to the players, they say Mitchell Cardenas, you know, we've got some incredible defenders on this team, 2 of whom are not playing tonight, Guerrero Pino, Cesar Cerda, you know, 2 of the best players in the league. But if you want to ask who's having the best single year, it might be Mitchell. He's been part of that, not only part of that group of, you know, the on-ball defender, right? The 30-minute players with Pino and himself. Also, he's there every day. He's an everyday player, everyday training player. He's just such a calming influence on this team. Brilliant mentality, as you see Gutierrez.
DeBray Holloman came in with a stiff challenge, just a foul, but they're going to need
they need Savage.
A look.
This was
Paul
bad.
Savage is going to have to come out and have a look at Christian Gutierrez.
You can not afford to lose Christian. Let's see what we can see.
They just kind of rolled into each other. I don't think there's anything too dirty or anything there from DeBray. I think legs just kind of tangled up. Savage is, you see, holding the ankle.
Yeah, working on the left ankle of Christian
Gutierrez. And when you see legs kind of wrap like that, you hold your breath for anything knee-related, but then that's the second thing you think of is twist of an ankle. It's Gutierrez trying to...
This is potentially the 8th player out now for the San Diego Sockers. 8th player out. And I'm going to go one more time back to back-to-backs, because they are a necessity in a league like this, with the arena availabilities being what they are, the nature, the very tricky nature of putting together the schedule in this league. But when you have a situation where a team travels across the country, plays, and has a scheduled 6.5-hour drive on daylight savings night, like, maybe don't schedule that match at 2 p.m. You know, maybe allow for an opportunity for players not to get hurt and for there to be a good soccer match for everybody to enjoy. And now you see Gutierrez. This is, of all the injuries, this one is the one that really hurts the Sockers, Nate. Christian Gutierrez has been the spearhead of the Sockers defense. When he is out there at forward playing that defensive role, there are very few who can get past a Christian Gutierrez. And now, if you think about him perhaps being absent for the Florida match or any extended period of time, and you're hoping that's not the case, but he's getting help from two men to come off the floor.
Yeah.
This is a game changer. This is a changer in this league. This is a league changer if Christian Gutierrez is unable to go, because Craig Childs is not a defensive forward. You know, Savoy Morgan is not a defensive forward. These are offense-first players. And Christian has been the glue to the situation, the entire reason behind, not the entire, but one of the biggest reasons behind the Sockers' #1 defense in the league. Only 4.1 goals allowed per match. Wow, this is a big one.
Third quarter that saw Andy Reyes likely pick up a hamstring injury. Same third quarter sees Christian Gutierrez with, at the very least, a twisted ankle. Hopefully nothing worse. Sockers with possession. 5 minutes left on a running clock in the third quarter. 4-all. This has the feel of a game that just should be tied heading into the fourth quarter. We shall see if either of these teams can get a lead before 45 minutes are through. Leonardo De Oliveira. The ball was poked away from Savoy Morgan. Morgan spins. Morgan shoots! Goal! The Spanish Town grooves continue on a Sunday night at the Grand Old Arena. Sockers 5, Stars 4. Savoy Morgan again.
And it's Leo picking up another assist. His league-leading 28th. Picking the corner. We said Savoy was just an inch away from about 3 more goals tonight. This time, left-footed as he's knocked down, sliding to the goal. Brilliant. And then little Ezekiel Elliott. First the magic pixie dust, the classic meme, followed by the Zeke eating the cereal. Keep feeding Savoy.
Gotta be the command. Talked about the Sockers being a streaky team. Put together a real hot streak right now in this third quarter.
It's number 9, Savoy.
Three straight goals for San Diego. Savoy Morgan with the last two. Juan Manuel Rojo scored the goal that made it 4-3 Tacoma. Really got the Sockers jump started in this third quarter. And it's been all San Diego in this third period. They've, of course, lost 2 players to injury in this third quarter, but they've also scored 3 goals and kept a clean sheet defensively. So, not sure that's a trade you would ever really want to make, but making the best of a very difficult situation, San Diego. And here comes Charlie. Here comes Charlie. Here comes Charlie all the way to the wall. Okay, then.
And there goes Charlie to the floor.
Nick Pereira commits a foul. Another look at the foul here, Craig. As Pereira just tripped him up.
Yep, small of the back. Well, we talked about the soccer stars needing to come, and for the first half, they took the first half off. But Savoy Morgan now 2 goals, Leo an assist, Charlie an assist.
Charlie shot blocked. Savoy now on a hat trick. Where'd that come from? The slow night, the cold night for Savoy Morgan. Says, watch this.
And the foul on Brandon.
Quick little brace for Savoy, and wouldn't be surprised if he nets the Hattie before the night's done.
Savoy takes so much attention. And that's the thing about Savoy Morgan. That's why I've included him in all of the MVP discussions, you know, and it's like, how do we rank him? Is it Leo? Is it Morgan? Is it Pardo? Is it Childs? Who is it? Is it a Cardenas or a Pino? But I tell you what, Savoy consistently will attract that double team. That's a huge skill in this sport.
Three goals to none here in this third quarter.
Look out.
But look out as Tacoma have a chance to tie the score. Off the wall from Megson. And now out of play. What's the call going to be here?
Sockers are reacting as if it might be top of the arc against them.
I think it will be.
And it'll be a great chance for Tacoma to tie this match on the most dangerous set piece with one of the most dangerous men available to be on the front end of it, Nick Pereira. And of course, you'll have that left-footed Caceres on right wing. That's where Cardenas is watching.
Nick Pereira passes to the wall. Did not see that coming as the outcome.
Wow. Look out. That's got to be a dangerous play.
Not a smart play from Lund. It's just not a smart play.
He got him it looked like in the face.
Hopefully it wasn't anything too bad, and the foot actually might have only glanced on the head there of Rojo. I think
the shoulder.
That's what happened. Kind of glanced off the shoulder, thankfully, so it wasn't a boot to the head situation there, but still a dangerous play. I'm all for bicicletas. I'm all for golazos and acrobatic scoring exploits in arena soccer, but when there's two people right next to you, maybe not the time, place, and manner for the full bicycle there, Mr. Lund. But Lund, who has also been fouled quite a few times tonight, has played a hard game, and thankfully something we're able to move on from. Nobody seriously hurt right there. In a quarter that's already seen a couple of Sockers players have to go to the locker room. 2.5 minutes remaining, running clock, third quarter. Sockers 5, Stars 4. TVX online telecast available for you. Hope you're enjoying it wherever and however you're watching. Nate Abarea, Craig Elston, along with Melissa May, coming to you from San Diego, California. And a very important reminder that we are also on Twitch this evening. A very special hello to everybody tuning in on Twitch, earning your Twitch points, right? That's how it works, right?
Welcome. I'm so excited that the MASL is on Twitch, just like the Sockers are. There's a steal and a chance.
Leonardo De Oliveira. It's been a slow night for Leo, and Leo plays that one off the wall kind of to nobody. And it's going to be a foul against That's definitely.
Come on,
Eddie. A foul against Eddie.
Velez is, and always has been, one of the most physical players in the MASL, one of the masters of the dark arts. And at age 40, while some skills diminish, some skills remain.
Some skills grow.
Yes.
The dark arts is a skill. You can keep that going in your 60s or 70s.
Yeah, he can be fouling guys in the under 50 All-Star team very soon. In alumni games, he'll probably be breaking ankles in alumni games. Oh no. Let's hope this is nothing serious. Garcia crumpled for a moment.
It's another one of those times where every soccer's interview, it's been sort of an innocuous situation. Then suddenly a player has to walk to the locker room. Savoy Morgan, was he fouled by DeBray Holloman? No, say the officials. Was he fouled by DeBray Holloman there? Yes, say the officials.
Yes, always, and continuing. That's what he brings. That's what Savoy, only 5'9".
It's incredible. Strong presence out there. So much skill. Great goals he's scored this year. Love the way he plays with his back to goal. So many good things Savoy Morgan brings to the San Diego Sockers. His Leo saved by Danny Waltman.
What a save.
1 minute remaining here in the third quarter.
Hands up to the face of Cardenas there by Souza.
Yeah, I think Cardenas is going to... Oh, I thought he was going to get that call. Well, okay then.
That's a no from Kyle Trimble. That'll be a no, son.
A solid Matumbo finger wag as well.
Ooh. Nasty collision on
Brian
the northern
Farber.
wall.
Brian Farber leaving one in there and heading right back to the bench.
Huh. Brian, I think we found your calling, I guess. He came on, delivered a hard foul. The man who took that foul, Adam West, has not been one of the guys involved in the rough stuff tonight. So he's like, what did I do to deserve that? It was Lund that got the nail. It was West.
Boris Pardo, the ball at his feet. Lund knocks Escoto to the floor. Quick restart was attempted to be taken by the Sockers. They're going to have to bring it back. 40 seconds left here in this third quarter. That's been all San Diego. They trailed 4-2 at halftime. They now lead 5-4. Wearing what broadcast colleague Craig Elston referred to as the digital blueberry camouflage this evening as Savoy Morgan almost nets the hat trick.
One-handed save, Danny Wall. Great job, Danny.
It's quite been the vintage Danny Waltman form here in the third quarter. Just flying all over the place. Most certainly putting the wall in Waltman through the first 30 minutes in the Sockers. Bagged 3 on him.
Break
here
down
in the third.
that wall.
He managed to do it. Here comes Brandon Escoto. Talking about breaking down the wall. Escoto cross field a little bit behind Savoy Morgan. Back to Escoto. And just nothing was quite right on that break right there. It just needed to be a little better. And time's going to run out. And the Sockers are going to have to be satisfied after 45 minutes with a 1-goal lead. Again, they trailed 4-2 at halftime. So they got to be happy with this situation after 45 minutes. 3 quarters complete. It's the San Diego Sockers 5, the Tacoma Stars 4. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right here on MASL TV. Stay tuned.
Yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on. I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's training for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude. You're right, bro. He's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the mail. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
Fan Appreciation Night is coming up April the 3rd of 2022. The Sockers wrap up the regular season and tune up for the playoffs as they host the Ontario Fury against Sunday, April 3rd, Fan Appreciation Night here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. A 5:05 p.m. kickoff, and fans in attendance will receive a special Zé Roberto jersey t-shirt for free as we honor our 5-time champion defender on his way to retirement this year. And we'll have a fan fest in the parking lot, giveaways and surprises galore throughout the match, and a post-match autograph session as well. Get your tickets for Fan Appreciation Night at sdsoccers.com or call 866-799-GOAL. Nate Abarea, Melissa May, the wonderful TVX crew here with you on MASL TV and on Twitch this evening, coming to you from San Diego, California, live in the Grand Old Arena. Tacoma led 4-2 at halftime. They now trail the Sockers 5-4. 15 minutes to go, and to take you the rest of the way with the play-by-play, I give you, with great pleasure, Craig Elston.
Thank you so much, Nate Abarea. Melissa May, our crew. We're all here for one more quarter. And an exciting match tonight, 5-4 San Diego. The second half has been theirs so far. However, at what cost is the question that must be asked, because we saw 2 players have to leave the floor and go to the locker room, including, most importantly, the Sockers' defensive star, Christian Gutierrez, the absolute key to this club's defense all year long. A collision at mid-floor and a twisted ankle, and you just, you hope for the best. Here's Jamal Cox, who's got 2 goals tonight. Brian Farber, who's going to play a lot more. Gets Juan Manuel Rojo. Rojo in on goal! Waltman!
Strong Danny Waltman.
Kicked it at the exact right time. And that ball also, Juan Manuel would say, in a moment of reflection later, got out in front of him. It wasn't, if he was able to control it with one other touch, he's right in on the net. Leo with a great ball. It's Eddie Velez. Eddie working the southern wall. Eddie stepping around a defender and playing it back. And he'll come off, and Savoy Morgan will come on. Savoy calling for it. He's got 2 goals, the last 2 goals. If he could score the next one, he'd have a natural hat trick. Leo to Cardenas. Cardenas down to Morgan. And Savoy works his way around Canale, puts it into the middle with pace. Juan Gonzalez was in there, but the ball went whistling by. And speaking of a lovely layout, it's Canale now. And Charlie Gonzalez chipped it over the low wall. This, Nate, will be top of the arc.
Be a chance for Tacoma to tie the score.
It was 1-1 after 1. It was 4-2 Tacoma after a determined second quarter for the visitors. The Sockers with a 3-0 quarter in the third to establish the 1-goal advantage. Alex Caceres, now Pereira, now Cox, he scores! Hat-trick goal, Jamal Cox. We are even up at 5.
My goodness, what a night for Jamal Cox. And what a night for Tacoma. Giving the Sockers a run for their money tonight. Brilliantly worked set piece. And that is just pick your spot right there from Cox. This is going to be a great angle from our TVX crew right here. Get a look at this. The slow-mo through effectively 4 bodies there, including goalkeeper Boris. That's a great shot from our crew right there. And it's one of those situations, that was the little window that the Sockers gave them. Probably 7 or 8 times out of 10, that shot's not going to be perfect. But that was the time where it was absolutely perfect. from Cox, and the score's tied.
And now as they play the techno to try and drive things up, it's a steal. And it's Souza. Souza's in on goal. Souza 1v1. Pardo makes the save.
Big stop. Biggest save of the night thus far. Biggest save of the night thus far.
Second big run from Felipe Souza. And to Bray Holloman now. Stars. The last time the Sockers were taken to overtime, it was by Tacoma on this floor. Back on February 6th, that was a 4-3 game. Brandon Escoto finished with the golden goal. Tonight, a different affair. If you are late to the broadcast, whether on Twitch at MASL_soccer, or with us, of course, on MASL TV, the home of every MASL match. The storylines tonight, a Sockers team collecting injuries as quickly as they have wins. Ramos, in particular today, has just not been a good day on that front for the San Diego Sockers. Ramos stepping in, coming in, left-footed shot blocked. Cardenas was there. Cardenas trying to dig out of a double team. Megson rescued the ball to Adam West. The 35-year-old shares the same hometown as Danny Waltman, Gig Harbor, Washington. Dangerous left-footed. Pereira tried to carve a pass in that was blocked by his teammate from years gone by, Eduardo Velez. Nick played a handful of years here in San Diego. He's played in Ontario, he's played in Syracuse, and then he settled in Tacoma. He's won an MVP up there. 80-point seasons in his past. And looking to do some more damage tonight. He's got a pair of assists and will handle this ball. Had to deflect off his leg in the corner, and then Charlie saw the ball deflect from Chase Hanson back to Pereira, off the wall. There's Escoto to track it. Here's Rojo. Rojo sending in Pee-wee. Pee-wee! Just wide, couldn't get around it.
That ball deserved better.
It's a brilliant lead in, but forced to kind of wrap around that shot. He missed it well wide. But if you think about it from the inches of what it took to get it out, maybe another inch of hip movement, and he's got that goal. Here's Pereira on the run. Savoy trying to track him down from behind, just clobbers Escoto. Then it's Lund who's down and get kicked while he's down, and it'll be another free kick for Tacoma. They just scored on their last.
Lund was not happy with that from Savoy, but it was actually the little, you get an extended look, right? Here's this little extra little kick there from Pee-wee Ortega.
From Pee-wee Ortega. Remember, those two have had a history in this match.
Pee-wee a little fortunate there, I gotta say.
And a timeout.
Nothing extra was called against him. I think the foul was on Savoy Morgan for the pull down. Pee-wee kind of got a little kick for free there.
Let's take a break. 10:43 to go. We are tied up 5-5 on MASL TV and Twitch.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Don't forget, MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything in the major arena soccer league. Don't miss a note. Bookmark MASLsoccer.com. All the stats, all the standings. Always my #1 website from November through April. MASLsoccer.com. 5-5 our score. Jamal Cox with a hat trick. His first road game of the season has produced 3 goals. This Stars team, which ran up the white flag by trading Vinny Dantas on St. Patrick's Day for nothing, have come in here, and if they could pull a result out of San Diego tonight and match that against a badly struggling Ontario Fury team tomorrow, all of a sudden they'd be tied with Milwaukee at 22 points, 9 on the table, and 3 out of a playoff spot. It's not impossible. The Stars don't think it's going to happen because they traded Vinny Dantas. Here's Jamal Cox, but it's not impossible. And here's Pereira, and he scores! And there's the lead for Tacoma.
Oh, I mean, I thought I was watching a replay of the goal that Cox scored moments ago. I mean, that was a carbon copy. Except instead of Pereira making the pass, it was Pereira with the shot, and it was Cox to Pereira. I mean, you can't make that up. That was flip-flop from the goal that Tacoma just scored. And watch this angle right here. It's the same shot to the same spot in the goal. That was wild, and Tacoma has the lead back.
You know, you can look on one side and go, oh, Boris isn't having a good game. He's allowed 6 goals. He's got barely any saves tonight. Look at where these shots are coming and where they're going. I mean, this has been a brilliant effort by Tacoma tonight, one of their best of the year.
They're being given a little bit too much space. I'm sure Boris would be the first to tell you to take the
100%.
shots. However, as you were alluding to, they have been things of beauty. They've been pick your spot and place it perfectly kind of goals for Tacoma. And that was just a trip, though. That was Cox paying the favor of the set piece to Pereira.
Foul on Cardenas along the wall. Energy has been sucked out of Pechanga Arena, San Diego right now. This is a Stars match to be had. And I know there's folks in the comments that say, don't mention it, don't bring up, oh, you're whining, you're doing that. It's a game story, ladies and gentlemen, just like when we reported that Milwaukee was missing 11 players when they came in to play San Diego and they got trounced. The Sockers came into tonight missing Guerrero Pino, Craig Childs, Felipe Gonzalez, Cesar Cerda, Sean Callahan. Then saw Andy Reyes and Christian Gutierrez take injuries. You've got 2 players, 39-year-old Brian Farber and 40-year-old Eddie Velez, now taking regular shifts for San Diego. They've not played all year. And I think as Morgan heads it wide, gets it back, scores it, hat trick, Savoy, tied up at 6. Spanish Town rocking.
Get in, Savoy. God, you talked about the struggle that he had in that first half. Second half's been all his. And just fighting through, off the boards to himself. That goes down as a classic Wallace scorer. The flick-on header off of the service from Bardo, and then back to him, and he knocks it home with the left foot. His second goal with his left foot. Kind of scuffed it, to tell you the truth, but it does enough to get past Waltman, and it's 6-all. Hell of a game here with under 10 minutes left.
And Pardo gets that assist.
Yep.
His second point of the year. Morgan, 30 seconds. That's the crowd rolling again. We just talked about the vibes changing now. Savoy brought the vibes back. Nick Pereira trying to reverse it. Off the wall to Jones, off the crossbar. Brilliance. Now Pereira's got another bite, and Farber blocked it out.
Oh my
That
goodness.
denied a goal.
We're going to see the first chance here off the crossbar from close range. Tacoma almost had the lead right back.
Farber definitely denying a goal, although Pardo might have made that save. Caceres out to Nick. Pereira's shot blocked by Leo. Leonardo De Oliveira trying to come out of the ball with the ball. What a run. 6 touches. Down to Pee-wee. Back to Leo. Under 9 to go. Leo to the right foot. Shot blocked by Caceres. Headed crazy by West out of play. Top of the arc, San Diego.
Oh, it was just the spin of the ball took West by surprise there. That was a weird one. We're indoors. The thing almost looked like it caught a gust of wind right before he was about to head it.
Somebody opened a door.
And it, instead of being headed clear, he headed it clear but into the one place he didn't want to put it.
Very different lineup down on the floor here. But now it's Charlie to Leo. Leo, the step, the shot, blocked off the line, rebound, knocked wide. Oh. Morgan couldn't get a touch on it, the one he wanted. Pereira comes back the other way. 8:40 and clock running, long shot wide. Lund looking for it. 6-6 tie in San Diego. Foul on Charlie.
It's a block off the line. This is as good as a goal, Craig.
Wow, and Adam West had to extend the leg.
And it was West who did it, too. After he gave away that set-piece opportunity, he's the one who clears it off the line. What a game. This is high entertainment value. Hope you're enjoying it wherever and however you're watching with us.
Keats runs over. Lund stolen. Charlie. Can Charlie get on the run? He's got Rojo in front of him. He got the ball to him. Juan Manuel. Back. Goal! Churras strikes! And the Sockers take a 7-6 lead.
Just an agonizing giveaway from Tacoma, who just a few seconds ago had the lead in this game. And that lead was taken away from them, and they give the lead to San Diego. It's just a horrible giveaway, but take nothing away from the pace of Charlie, and the heads-up play from Rojo right there. To not get too selfish, see his own name up in lights, maybe going for another brace tonight, get his second goal after he scored the one back in the third quarter. The right pass was made to the feet of who else? Brandon Escoto. Churras knocks it home.
Big goal for San Diego. And for Churras, his 19th for number 19. Leo.
Love a good give and go, little tic-tac-toe action. That was perfectly executed arena soccer counterattacking.
On the opposite end of the perfection spectrum, that pass back from Eddie, which forced Leo into difficulty and has forced Pardo into difficulty. All of this stemming from one bad pass, and now it's Manetti. Manetti dug out of there for the moment by Leo.
Leo lucky right there that took a bounce off the knee of Manetti. That was a giveaway just as bad as the one we saw from Tacoma.
Yep.
Funny enough, right on the same spot on the floor, actually.
Going to 7:30 left, halfway through the fourth quarter. Sockers have answered 2 Tacoma goals with a pair of their own. Much like the Sockers 2 match, back and forth we go on the seesaw.
What a day.
Pereira really feeling it tonight. Nick. Rojo stayed with him. Pee-wee gets the foul. Here comes another tremendous scoring opportunity.
Well, they've scored from their last 2. Pereira and Cox. That's a close call. He may have gotten ball there.
Pereira very clinical in those situations. He knows what to do. He knows how to draw it. And he did it. And now he has a chance to pick up a 3rd point this quarter. Right here has a goal and an assist. Pee-wee's on 3 fouls now as well. So with 7 minutes left, Pereira's shot blocked by Pee-wee. He went for goal and he had that angle again, but Pee-wee got in the way. West. Under 7 to play in a 1-goal game. Now Ortega with 3 fouls. Sockers playing 2 men short now in this 4th quarter. And in addition, they have 2 guys on their first match of the year. Pee-wee from 3/4 field.
Why not?
I mean,
did I mention I'm a fan of shooting from distance?
I can think of a couple reasons why not, but
I don't want to hear them.
Fair. Van Gundy in the house. Here's
Waltman.
It's
4th quarter. I'll go full Van Gundy if you want it.
No.
Don't tempt me.
Danny Waltman. This game's too good. Canale.
But you know what could make it better, Craig?
Off the wall. Looking for Megson. Dangerous. Headed by Pee-wee. Pee-wee's now in a hot spot. Cannot get called for a foul here. Digs his way out. Gets smashed by Hanson. That's gotta be
Blue's coming.
A blue card. First of the night.
It's not a smart challenge. No.
Oh.
The hip checks.
Come on.
So unnecessary.
Brutal play by Chase Hanson. Sorry to call it like it is, but that is a very nasty hit. And one where he knew, and look at this, here's Pee-wee down.
He knew what he was doing.
Pee-wee is down. You know, this could be the 9th man loss to the lineup. The Sockers could be in a position to suit that man, Cheeky Luna, up next week. Abarea's pregame workout now being considered a little more seriously than it was before.
I'm glad I filmed a couple seconds of it. I filmed the best few seconds of it.
I mean, that's going to leave a mark.
It's just such a, it's a play where if you're committing the tactical foul there was a way to do it without hip checking the guy in the midsection at full speed. I understand the tactical foul, the need for Hanson to take down and prevent a break from happening, even if a blue card comes from it. So right there, you foul the guy, but that extra little bit that's the unnecessary part.
Not to critique, and by the way, a great show, MASL Under Review with Ryan Sigich. Maybe they'll take a look at that play, but I would personally adjudicate that a blue and yellow. I would get the extra 5 minutes for the grievous bodily harm there. And the Sockers now go on the power play with a chance to take a 2-goal lead for the first time tonight. San Diego, a league best, 23 of 37. Lead the league in power play goals, lead the league in power play efficiency at 62%. They've allowed 1 shorthanded goal. Of course, a big part of their power play is usually Craig Childs. However, still, that now has Rojo out on the man advantage with other 4 familiar stars. Leo trying to chase down. It was an errant pass from Brandon Escoto. And that ends that string of possession. San Diego with 1:23 remaining on the power play. On the penalty kill, Tacoma been pretty good. They've stopped 21 of 34, 62%. That's middle of the pack, 6th in the MASL. They've scored 3 shorthanded goals, including 1 against San Diego. Here's Rojo. Rojo stepping out as Leo overlaps. It's back to Charlie. Charlie Gonzalez, Brandon Escoto. Charlie to Rojo. Rojo steps and shoots. It's blocked by Keats, and Keats is going to be able to chip it out for Boris Pardo to track down. 53 seconds left in the power play. We're in the final 5 minutes, presented by Calafino Tequila. Enjoy the fino things in life. Nothing finer than a power play goal. It's Escoto. His shot blocked, out of play. Restart from the low wall. Caceres with the block there. 36 seconds to use. Escoto's cross pass was blocked. Logan Jones couldn't run that one down. 28 seconds. Escoto, there's the cross he wanted to make to Leo. Leo lining up Charlie. His shot knocked away with Morgan right there. Good stop, Waltman. Leo, corner. Rojo again knocked away. And then Escoto tries for the flying scissor. And that was blocked. And the pass out is going to all but evaporate this power play. There's 6 seconds left in it. Ready to jump out of the box. Very happy, Chase Hanson. It is Charlie Gonzalez to Leo. Power play is over. Full strength. But Escoto off of the crossbar. Morgan second try. Keats blocked it away from the net.
Oh, that's going in if Keats isn't standing there. Waltman was still scrambling.
Leo back to Charlie. Power play players still on the floor. Looking for Morgan. He scored. No! They said it was out. That looked into me.
Oh, I don't think it crossed all the way. I don't think the entire ball crossed the entire line.
Waltman is setting up a counter, but Hanson could not connect the pass.
Oh, that was a game-saving penalty kill from Tacoma to begin with, and then a game-saving break.
Rojo, Escoto. Morgan was looking for it. Ball sailed.
It was nothing but good fortune there.
Rojo gets it out to Leo.
How did Savoy not score?
Leo's shot blocked. The rebound is lifted out by Caceres. At least from the San Diego fan perspective, time has leached. We're at 3 minutes, 11 seconds, but no scoring change. Here's Morgan. Morgan had it tipped away.
As Waltman collects this one, Craig, Tacoma, they have to keep it at a 1-goal game until they could potentially get that 6th attacker out. Or go and tie it now, but they can't concede. That is the main thing. You see Waltman looking over.
When do we
Are we doing it? Are we doing it? What's going on?
Not sure who's going to put on. They're just getting out the 6th attacker jersey. The head coach, Adam Becker, gave it to the juice man, Jamal Cox.
Waltman was screaming, you know, Waltman, the assistant coach at Heart, saying that's got to be ready.
Yeah.
Waltman was ready to come off. Pereira had it set up, and now this is just...
Look at this. Eddie bird dogging Pereira.
And time's elapsing through all of that. I mean, like 30 seconds just went off as Waltman was ready to come off the field.
Timeout. Wow. Eddie. Unnecessary there. Here's Tavoy's chance.
Let's see.
That's not it.
Well, we can't see. Ball was just behind Waltman right there, but I don't think So watch it one more time. I think it goes off the far inside of the post, right there.
Okay, but then...
And then across.
Oh,
yeah, no,
wow.
Never went in.
Halfway across the line as it went parallel to that goal line on the way out. Wow. Brilliant stuff. A great match. They'll be talking about it on MASL Mondays, the new Major Arena Soccer League podcast. And Snavely Pablo Moore from The Athletic. Great stuff. This league is really stepping it up. You've got MASL Mondays. You've got MASL Primetime. MASL Midweek with Michelle. She's been off, I believe, just had a child. Congratulations. You've got the MASL Under Review show, such a valuable show with Ryan Sigich, going through the controversial calls from the previous weekend, laying it out there honestly. Why was this call right? Why was this call wrong? You know, what would he have ruled if he was the one to do the ruling? Incredible stuff. Check it out. MASLsoccer.com, of course, has all the links you need, but really love seeing this league step it up from the content production standpoint. Well, we've produced a whale of a match for you here tonight. Got Boris Pardo still with a smile, always bringing that positive energy. Remember, Pee Wee Ortega is on 3 fouls and a sure badly stinging hip right now after the brutal check he took from Chase Hanson. Leo says, I'm good, I'm ready to go. Leo, whose birth name, Leonardo Cardoso, that's what you see there. The L and the Cardoso, Leo Cardoso on Instagram. Danny is not out of the game, Nate.
Surprises me.
Because of where he is, they're going to let him distribute in a way where he tries to run off on this distribution. There he goes. Megson, now the challenge. Now it's a chance. It's Leo, and Danny has to hustle back in. 2:08 left in the match. Escoto working on Pereira in the corner. Gets pulled down, hands all over him. Very handsy now. And a corner kick will result. Brandon still to a knee. Sockers cannot go racing for offensive players here. It's Brandon essentially with Leo and 3 defenders. Although Pee Wee's been playing midfield all throughout this game. Escoto sends it all the way back out. Smart play.
Kill time.
2 minutes left. Rag some time. Keep it away from Tacoma. The longer you do, you're guaranteed to win. If they never touch it again, you win. Pardo. And flying Pee Wee. There's a touch for Tacoma, but Canale could not do anything with it. And with 1:40 left in the 4th quarter, time is on our side. Yes, indeed, for San Diego. Leo in the double team. Canale went down. Leo got the ball out. Leo trying to feed Pee Wee in the middle. Danny almost has no choice but to run this ball forward, I think. Nope, he's going to throw it out. He's trying to get off the mat. Now he's going.
I think they got it.
Jamal Cox is
They did
on.
really well. They did really well there.
70 seconds, and it's 6v5. Here we go, and it's a chance right away. It's Lund coming in. Philip Lund, tipped by Cardenas. 1 minute left. Minute 60 is live. The whistle is sounded. It's a foul on Cardenas or Leo in the corner. It's back to Pereira. Nope, they said no quick restart. Do it again. 59.9. And Tacoma attempting to, at the very least, drag this game to overtime and steal a point. Now Cardenas has 3 fouls, along with Pee Wee. They're both on the floor right now. Canale, Caceres, shot deflected, just wide. So fortunate. So fortunate. And with the Sockers, this is the kind of whistle that's got Boris Pardo absolutely angry and with all right to do so, because advantage was not played by Kia Depina as Brandon Escoto was going 1v1 against Jamal Cox down the floor. He said, hold up right here.
This shot deflected and Boris was leaning the wrong way. You talk about good fortune. Oh.
Pee Wee sent to the floor once again. 42 seconds. Tacoma's got the ball back.
One more chance maybe for the visitors.
It's Pereira. You know he'll be a part of it. He says, Jamal, get up here, man. I need you. Slow pass, almost stolen. That would have ended it. Here's Garcia, 30 seconds. 30 seconds and less now. Jamal Cox, Canale, one-touch passing Caceres, the left footer. Out to Cox with a hat trick tonight. Pereira with 3 points. Pereira, goal and 2 assists. Back to Cox. Can Leo get the touch? Leo got a touch for a second. Back to Cox. Jamal Cox, 13 seconds. Blocked by Rojo. It's Leo with Brandon in front of him. The ball to Brandon. 8 seconds left. An empty net is yawning. And Escoda was going to fill it up to end the game. Walking the ball in and getting a shove. At the end of it, the Sockers are going to win it tonight, baby, as Chodas gets the last 2. It's 8-6.
What a way to finish the night. A highly entertaining night of arena soccer. Sees a true showman dribble it all the way home. It takes a little knock at the end of it, no sweat. Get out of here, peaceful. Focus on the brilliant night.
You know, that was a completely unnecessary cheap shot by Alessandro Canale.
Well, Brandon ran right into him.
Canale finished his run to the far post.
He didn't need to do it, but believe me, we've seen far worse in this league this season. I don't think that's worthy of anything more than...
That's going to be the ball game.
Brief little shutting match, and we move on.
Yes. Hey, no one likes seeing the ball walked into their net. It was actually the game theory optimal play to take as much time off of the clock as possible while scoring. So, what a hard-fought match. You got to really throw all the felicidades out there. There's Chase Hanson and Pee Wee Ortega sharing a hug. No hard feelings after that vicious check. Full time, 8-6. San Diego picks up the win. Alex Caceres just threw his mouth guard.
No, what he threw was a projectile that somebody from the stands in the first few rows threw. Watched it just happen, and Caceres saw the whole thing.
Well, we don't want to see that. We never want to see that.
Unnecessary. I don't know who did that, but Caceres was one of the Tacoma players who saw it.
Well, what a game.
Thankfully, we're all okay here. Fans need to get themselves together. Players, cooler heads have absolutely prevailed. There's so much mutual respect between players on these two teams. Going back not only to guys who've been former teammates, but even guys who've just been playing against each other for 9-10 years. There is a massive, massive mutual respect between these teams and between the players out there. What a night from Nick Pereira. Danny Waltman made some saves. I talk all about the comic book heroes in this league, the comic book villains in this league. You love the drama, you love the theater, you love to see the showmanship out there. And there was so much of it on full display tonight. And all the way to the end with a couple little blips there at the end. But as they say across the pond, a great advert for the league tonight.
Well, we said in the first quarter, Nate, that the stars for San Diego, the 4 remaining offensive stars in the lineup, on the most depleted lineup the Sockers have had in years, would need to come through. And Savoy Morgan, second half hat trick. Brandon Escoto, the last 2 goals of the game. Leo, 2 assists when all was said and done. Charlie with an assist when all was said and done. The Stars did come out to play against the Stars in the third and fourth quarter, led by, without question, the man of the match, Savoy Morgan. A hat trick tonight, 3 gorgeous, inch-perfect goals. There were a lot of goals that were perfectly placed for both clubs in this evening's affair. A highly entertaining match. And in the end of it, the San Diego Sockers win their 16th game in a row. Take a 5-point actual lead and a 2-point assumed lead over the Florida Tropics. Florida with 1 game in hand, but now a 5-point advantage instead of the 2-point edge that it was at prior. There you see a man that is still working hard. Iram Pollo Ruiz taking a picture with Alex Caceres. Pollo played for Sockers 2 today. He has been training hard the last couple of weeks, all in anticipation of that 1 game that he could be available in the playoffs at Corner Sports Arena against Chihuahua. And who knows how important that 1 game could eventually be. A lot of dominoes to fall. And that's not even set up yet. But what is set up is our on-the-floor, man-of-the-match, post-match interview. It's Melissa May with Savoy Morgan.
Savoy, obviously there are a lot of injuries coming into tonight's game. How did that change your mentality on offense and knowing you had to step up to fill in some of those gaps?
We have guys that haven't played in a long time, so we just got to be patient and just play as a team. And that's what we do, and we're happy to get the victory tonight.
You were willing to give up your interview because you wanted me to interview someone else, including Escoto with that final kind of nail in the coffin goal. That just shows how unselfish this team is. What does that say about this team in particular?
Everyone have each other back. We're fighting for each other. That's how we practice. And Escoto was great in the fourth quarter, and we're happy he came out with those goals in the last.
Coming out of halftime, we were in a weird place being down by 2 goals. What was said in the locker room to really pump you guys up to get the W tonight?
His coach speak. Watch coach tell us we came out, we have to win this third quarter and fourth quarter. We didn't want it this close, but it happened. We're just happy with the victory tonight.
And the people always want an extra celebration dance. Can we see some last-minute moves? Come on, show the camera.
Okay.
Hey! And on that, back to you, Craig and Nate.
Love it, Melissa. Love it, Savoy. Always bringing the Spanish Town vibes here to San Diego. Soccer's now improved to 19-0-1.
You're really catching on with those Spanish Town vibes. I've noticed. You're listening to Chronics now?
Yeah. Listen to Little Chronic.
Look at you. Listening to the original, listening to Barrington Levy.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing. I'm proud of you, Craig.
You set me up. You led me to water. I drank. 54 points now for the Sockers. Again, 5 ahead of Florida's 49. 9-0-1 at home now, and a perfect 6-0 against the Tacoma Stars this year, beating them in 5 different jerseys over the course of 6
including
games.
Blueberry Digital Camo. The LP is out next month.
The Stars fall to 5-12-2, and honestly, they had to have these 3 points if they were going to get back into the playoff
They almost
chase.
did, too. That's the craziest part about it. They really almost did. They led in the fourth quarter in this game. This was a seesaw battle all the way through. They almost pulled off that miracle.
Tacoma will play tomorrow in Ontario against a Fury club that desperately needs a win. I will very briefly send you to our superlatives. Let's start things off with our front wave goal of the game. Gotta go to number 9. On the Boris Pardo assist, the snap header, the left-footed placement. Pardo gets the helper. But Savoy, such a hard worker, constantly putting out the effort, shift after shift after shift, creating. And he created his 32nd goal. Front Wave Credit Union, dream big. We got you. Now let's go to our fan saves. Save of the game. And at a critical moment,
big stop here.
Felipe Souza 1v1. Boris Pardo got the right heel out. Just enough from Boris. This would have been a go-ahead goal for Tacoma. And now at the low angle, you see how Boris played the angle, and absolutely perfectly. Mitchell, as they've been trained to do, give Boris the shot. He was thinking about it. Up with the fan saves, save of the game. You can save on all of your Soccer's favorite corporate sponsors. Just download the Fan Saves app and follow the San Diego Sockers. It is your path to savings. Fan Saves. All right, really quick, a quick look at the standings now after moving weekend in the MASL. A critical weekend in this league. San Diego at 54 points in first. They about now, by the way, with tonight's result, clinched no worse than second. They can only finish either first or second. Kansas City cannot catch them. Florida at 49. Kansas City, who lost today to Dallas, at 38 points. That was a 7-3 loss. Chihuahua has clinched a playoff berth with 36 points from 0-5-2 to 12-6-2. The Chihuahua Savage. At 34 points off their huge win in Florida today, 12-4. Baltimore, the Blast at 11-8-0, 34 points. In 6th position after their 7-3 win over Kansas City is Dallas at 10-10-1 and 30 points. Ontario, and now at 9-9-2 after a 3-loss week, falls to 7th position, 28 points. And on the playoff line in 8th with 25 points is St. Louis. Milwaukee is at 22, and they have they've used up all their head-to-heads against St. Louis. A brutal, devastating 7-5 loss on Milwaukee's home floor today. Utica City FC is now the one team you say has the outsider's outside chance. They are 5 points off the line with 4 games remaining. Tacoma is not officially eliminated. Harrisburg is. And this match is officially eliminated as well.
What a night. What a night.
What a night.
That was a lot of fun. That was, you talk about return on investment. You come out for a show and you get a great one. That was what tonight was. Credit to everybody who was a part of this from Tacoma and most certainly from San Diego.
The executive producers of this TVX Sports Video broadcast are Ted Bendrick and myself. Our director is Lucia Arenas. Our producers, Daniel Farias and Randall, the Slizzer Sliz. Our camera operators tonight, Emily Speratos, Michael Back, and Ted Bendrick. Mark Hattersley on the 1s and 2s, our audio engineer. For Melissa May and Nate Abaria, my name is Craig Elston. Thanks for making us a small part of your weekend and your Sunday evening. We will talk to you for an opening night, March 31st in the showdown of the year.
Get in.
Sockers and Tropics, a 7:30 start, $5 GA tickets, $2 beers, and free parking. This is an irresistible offer, San Diego. Come on out. Let's create an atmosphere. We will be back with 2 games that week, the Thursday match against Florida and the Sunday evening regular season finale against the Fury. Until then, with the Sockers heading out on the road, taking on Baltimore next Saturday, Harrisburg next Sunday. We remind you that tonight's final score, a slugfest all the way, saw the Sockers pull it out from 2 Brandon Escoto goals late, 8-6 the final score. And now, so long from San Diego.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We got you.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the finer things in life.